Okay, let's be real. Are albums dead? Of course, we have artists that are huge like Sleep Token, Deftones, Drake, The Weeknd. They're all massive artists that have a huge following. So obviously, if they put out an album, it's going to do well. But what about albums for individual small artists? The analytics show that albums are dying, especially for small artists. As someone who loves albums, it's kind of hard to swallow that pill, obviously. This is a whole other topic, but I even feel like music videos are dying. Now, for small artists, that's kind of good because music videos are very expensive and time-consuming to make. From an art standpoint, it's kind of sad because the visual medium of music is, amazing. I mean, look at MTV. It's like, without music videos, they don't even exist. Although they don't really do music videos anymore, but they were a big deal back when music videos first started really catching on. Checking out a brand new music video that drops and, oh, that makes me want to go listen to the full album. It's going to make me sound like a boomer a little bit, but I kind of miss it a little. It seems like today's trend is algorithm chasing instead of creating art, which I know can sound a little cheesy to say, but people are focusing more on how much money to spend on a single and then spend a bunch of money on promotion and chase the algorithm and post the same song and doing a TikTok trend and using their same song 50 times to promote it. I'm not putting that down at all. I'm just saying that it seems like we're going more that direction instead of creating art and albums and projects that have a voice and a sense of theme. Back in the day, when you buy a CD or a tape or a record, depending on what generation you're from, the idea was you're buying a collection of songs, and not every time, but a lot of times the artist is hand-picking songs to go together as a package. Where now it's more, hey, I worked on this single, my label or my team needs it to make money right now, so I'm gonna push this one song. I understand the argument against albums for small artists because they're expensive to make, they take a lot of time, and if nobody's gonna listen to majority of it, kind of what's the point? I feel like if that's all I'm making it for, what's the point of an album? But there's more to albums than just who's listening to them, right? I think it's important to show these inner monologues that we have with ourselves and the debates that we have to go through as artists. People who don't create stuff like this might not even know that we have to do this. They might just think, yeah, just put out a single, put out an album, we'll check it out. But they're not thinking about the business side / the creative side of having to make these decisions, Should I be working on an album that I am putting everything into and trying to create theme and balance, or should I just focus on releasing these songs as singles that I can push and make multiple posts about, or try to get the algorithm to pick it up and let it run with it so that it can reach other people? A lot of times an artist, even a medium-sized to large artist, will post a song or a snippet of a song, and they'll post it all year. You'll hear one snippet of one song for like 6 months. Then it finally drops and it kind of loses its wow factor because you've already been listening to a small piece of it. And now they expect us to be excited about the thing that we've already been hearing for months. And then they drop a video for it and then you see concert footage of it, and it just kind of beats a dead horse in a sense. Although I am a little biased and I do prefer albums, I'm not saying that I have to do albums or I have to do singles. I really just want to put it to you guys to see what you think or what you would do if you are a musician. What do you think is best? I'm lucky enough to record, engineer, and produce all my own stuff, so money doesn't really come into it for me. I mean, time is money, so I'm putting time into it. That argument can be made for sure, but I have the luxury of having the choice, do I make a single or an album? Now, there's also the middle area where you have an EP, which is just a small group of songs, which maybe that's the route to take because it's still a group of songs, it's not a single, but it's not as long as a full album. EPs were used back in the day to show labels, here's what we can do, basically. Now, labels don't matter as much anymore, so it's more about the audience. So I can put out a group of 4 to 5 songs and push that to the audience and see if they like that. But again, if they're only going to listen to one song off of it, what's the point? We kind of overthink things. We worry about perfection. We worry about trying to reach the audience the best that we can. And all of that matters. But what matters more? The want of the artist or the want of the audience? Now, I don't really know the answer to that, and that's why I'm making this video, and that's why I'm rambling about this and pacing back and forth. I think of reasons to go single. I think of reasons to go album or EP. I still am not really sure. From an analytics standpoint, it makes sense to do singles. From a creative standpoint, it makes sense to do albums. Now, my approach at looking at this is a little different. My approach is more, maybe I should just add to the catalog whatever I see fit. As long as the catalog is growing, the listener is gonna come in at different points anyway. Like, for example, if a day one listener shows up and I have one song on my Spotify, they may love that song, but that's all there's to listen to. Or if you come into someone's Spotify years later, they've dropped multiple albums, multiple singles, now there's a lot more to listen to. So with that logic, I lean more towards albums, because then I think, well, if I put 10 to 20 songs on my platform right now, even if people don't listen to it the day it comes out, it creates a larger library for people to take a look at. Now, albums have a lot more risk involved, because if you theme the album and people don't like the theme, whatever it may be, now you've committed a lot of time and effort into that. And if they really don't like it, you may have even kind of tainted their vision of what you are. Now, as corny as this is, it gets into this debate of what is art and what's the purpose of creating it? What if Michelangelo only committed to doing small, tiny sketches because, well, that's less time that he has to invest, and if people don't like this sketch, he can just do another one. I'm not comparing myself to Michelangelo, but I think you get the analogy. I still listen to full albums all the time. Deftones just dropped an album in September, and Sleep Token fans, they were eating good a couple months ago when they dropped an album. I can only think of a couple small artists that I listen to currently right now. If they dropped albums, I would listen to them. Most of them do not drop albums because of chasing singles and getting people engaged in the algorithm. So it kind of flips the argument on itself in a way, if that makes sense, where I want to listen to small artist albums, but small artists aren't dropping albums. So it leaves me only listening to albums from large artists. I know this is a little different, and it may have come off as a little bit rambly, but I really want to know what you guys think of this, especially because I'm trying to drop music soon, so I got to get my ducks in a row. I do appreciate you guys sticking around, and I can't wait to see your feedback in the comments, because I have been driving myself crazy with this inner debate. If you guys have any input on what you want to hear, put it down below. I'd love to talk to you guys. I'm sure other people in the community would love to talk to you about it. The main reason I made this video is I really want to get the conversation going and see what everybody around me is thinking on this. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Oh, that was a good one.